Christy. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. I have Lily joining me today. Today we are going to be planting some seeds. We have peppers and tomatoes and some other vegetables, and hopefully I'll have enough room left here to start a few flowers and things. So Lily's going to help me with that today. We're out here in the greenhouse. For Christmas I was given this beautiful shelf, so I'm really excited to be able to put it to use. I got some heat mats and some heat lamps, and I'll go through the process of using those as we discuss the seeds and stuff. So Lily, would you like to start shoveling some of this soil into this bin right here?
With the pooper scooper?
Yes, with the pooper scooper, as she calls it. So this one, this soil is a homemade blend with compost, some manure, aged, broken down manure, some topsoil, and some vermiculite. I sifted it to make sure there's not any large chunks in there, so it should be small enough for the seeds to be able to set their roots and do really well. So you just want to put soil in all of these, okay? Here. That's why we're using the pooper scooper, because it gets more. And we'll brush it down here in just a minute. So, I'm starting kind of a lot of seeds for me.
A lot.
We are extending our garden quite a bit this year so that I can try to grow as much of our food as possible and be able to preserve some things. I want to ferment some hot sauce and make some chili powders and things like that. So lots of peppers, lots of tomatoes. You got it?
Yeah.
Okay, so I have already labeled my labels here. And as I get to the seeds, then I'll stick the labels in and we'll plant one seed per container. For these, I'm using the 32 cell tray from Bootstrap Farmer. I also have a 72 cell because I'm planting so many things. I wanted to make sure that I would have enough cells to be able to plant everything. And then we're going to move them over to here with these domes on them, and they're going to go on the heat mat at about 75 degrees to be able to germinate. And then once they're germinated really well and some signs of green are starting to show, then I'll remove these domes, remove the heat mats, and then switch on the heat lamps. And they're going to get probably 12 hours, maybe 14 hours under the grow lamps per day, and that will help them really get strong roots and really get a good start at growing. I am starting pretty early because some of the tomato varieties that I'm planting are beefsteak, and they just don't do that well in the Texas heat. So I wanted to give them as much of a head start as I possibly could. Alright, now let's try to spread this out and make it even here. That's probably plenty. Good job.
I spilled a little.
It's okay. We'll clean it up here in a little while, okay? Alright, so we just want to make sure all of the... I'll just use my hands to kind of sprinkle in. So we want to make sure that all of the cups are filled right up to the top, okay? Or pods or trays, whatever we want to call them. I'm going to call them cups because that makes the most sense to Mommy.
That makes sense.
Make sense?
Yeah,
Thanks.
I like it.
Thanks for your support, Boo.
Okay.
Alright, almost got it. I'm just sprinkling in the last little bit, so hopefully we don't make a huge soil mess. I'll clean it up afterwards if we do. No big deal.
No big deal, no big deal. I just wanted to say that.
Okay. Okay. Alright, Lily, that looks pretty good, so I'm going to pull out my seeds, okay? Can you hold... Oh, I'll just stick these in my pocket.
Okay.
And me and my dirty hands here. So the way that I am currently organizing my seeds is using these 4x6 photo containers. And there's several of these little containers that come in one larger one. You can get them at Michael's or Amazon Container Store. This one came from Amazon because I don't like going into places. So, okay. So first, Lily, we have ahi lemon. Okay.
Ooh.
Okay. So for these, I'm going to probably fast forward a lot of this video so that you don't have to sit here and watch us plant 72 pepper seeds, or how many ever it is. I don't think it's 72, but anyway. I know there's one more. Asia. Okay, well, we'll come back to that. Okay, Lily, so far, 2, okay? And these get planted really shallow, so I'm just going to make little divots here. You put 1 seed in each. Can you reach that? Can you reach the back there? Okay.
Sort of.
Sort of.
I'll go a little bit closer to the.
Here's one.
I'll go ahead and plant that. I'll plant it right here.
Okay.
in this one.
Alright. And then that one goes right next to it, okay? Right here. And then I'll just cover that up a bit. Okay. That's done. Amnesia. So we have 2 amnesias. Well, boop and boop. I'm just gonna make sure these labels are pushed all the way down. Okay. Boop. Boop.
First, can I tell my YouTubers why we need labels?
Sure. Why do we need labels?
That way we won't forget what they are.
Yeah, so we won't forget what they are. That's
Yeah.
right.
That way we won't forget what our plants are.
Okay, here you go. There's 2 seeds here. 1 in each thing, okay?
Whoa, they look so cool.
I know they're kind of curly, huh?
Yeah.
Don't rub your eyeballs after touching these, okay?
Now, Miriam.
Okay, so some of these seeds I got from my friends Jason and Rachel. And that's actually what we're throwing in the pods, the little cells right now, is these from Jason and Rachel. 7-pot chocolate brain strain. Not gonna lie, I'm a little terrified. But we're gonna try them.
What's that called?
7-pot chocolate brain strain. Does that sound super spicy?
It sounds super weird.
Super weird?
And it sounds super gross. Because of the brain.
Oh yeah?
Brain.
You don't like peppers though, do you?
Yeah.
Okay, hold out your hand. I got
Spicy peppers!
Yep. I think these are going to be crazy spicy. Let me give you your little divots. Okay. One right there.
One
Okay.
kind of stuck to my hand.
That's okay. You got it. Okay. And this is, I don't know, each of these is going to be a surprise. These are more from my friends Jason and Rachel, and they is just a random smorgasbord of seeds, and some might be sweet, some might be hot. I won't know until I grow them. So, you ready? You ready? These are the, and then we'll have fun trying to identify what they are, huh? Okay, how many? 3? Here, hold out your hand. 1, 2, 3. Lily, these are Bahamian goat. You ready?
I hope they don't smell like goat. I'm just being sarcastic.
I think they're gonna be super spicy, and we can make we can make Daddy some Jamaican food with them.
Jamaican.
Right, there you go.
What's Jamaican?
Jamaican, Caribbean.
Caribbean. What's
Yep.
Caribbean?
Caribbean is kind of a spicy blend of like African and Indian. Pasilla Bajío. So the story with the Pasilla Bajío, I want to make my own garam masala. You know what garam masala is, Lily?
No.
It's like an Indian spice blend. Mommy uses it in tikka masala and some other things.
Okay.
Tikka masala is your favorite Indian, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I like your dance. But I had read it was really hard to find the Indian peppers that are used in garam masala. So they recommended Pasilla Bajío as a substitute. So we're going to try that and see how it works. I'm also going to be growing a lot of the other things that are in garam masala, like fenugreek and cumin and stuff. So I'm really excited about that. So Lily, this one gets 3.
You can play the rest.
I can plant the rest. You're all done?
Yeah.
Okay. You're just going to play with the plants that are in here?
Little pass, little pass, little pass, little pass.
Okay, so as the seedlings start to grow out of these trays, then I'll transplant them into these little pots and then start to harden them off and weather them and get them ready to be moved outside. Then once I'm ready to move them outside, then I will plant them into their permanent containers or pots or whatever it is that I'll be using. So that's sort of like their intermediary home. Beginner home, middle home, before their final home.
Which we also have blue ones.
Lots of seeds, seeds and seeds and seeds and seeds.
I got one of the blue ones. I got one of the blue ones.
Okay.
And put back the other orange one.
So that was more jalapenos that I planted. We eat a ton of jalapenos. Probably every day we eat jalapenos on or in something. So I wanted to make sure that we were growing plenty. We discovered this year that the grocery store jalapenos really just kind of suck. So there's a joke that I'm starting a jalapeno farm. We'll see. If these all taste great, then yeah, for sure we'll be starting a jalapeno farm.
I have giant eyes.
You have giant eyes?
Yeah.
Okay.
I use the pots for little giant eyes.
Lily, I'm going to move my seeds.
Okay.
And we'll put it right here for now. Because we'll need to get tomatoes out of there. Some other things. Okay. I'm just transferring it over here. This is where it's going to germinate and stuff. I'm not going to turn it on yet because I still need to water, but I need the space. So the reason for the domes on top of the seed trays is to keep humidity in them. Now these do have vents in the top, so if it's too wet in there, I can sort of vent it and let a little oxygen flow through. And then if it's too dry, I can close the vents a bit more and sort of regulate the humidity level that way. And then the heat mats, I'm going to heat the temperature to about 75 degrees. I don't want it like scorching hot, but I do want it warm enough for the seeds to be happy enough to germinate. I think 75 will do it. So before I took a seed inventory, I accidentally ordered multiples of some things, ancho being one of those. Now when it's green, it's called poblano. And that's what is used for like chili rellenos and stuff like that. Whenever it turns red and it's dried, that's whenever it's called ancho, and that's the most common pepper used in your grocery store chili powder varieties, excuse me. So I'm going to be growing these in an attempt to make my own chili powder. We shall see. The good thing with the peppers is they kind of like to be crowded. So you can grow, like I have the 2 Marconi red plants, I could put them in the same 5-gallon container and they would do okay. I had some Cheyenne peppers that were 2 plants together and they were the best producing ones that I had. So I'm definitely going to experiment more with keeping them together a bit. Sugar Rush Peach. I talked about these in a previous video. Whenever I was growing up, I didn't realize that you could get peppers that weren't green. So this is really exciting to me that I'm going to grow peach peppers. And I'm growing a couple of other peach pepper varieties, but this is kind of what kicked off my hunt for rainbow colored peppers. So I'm really excited about these. These are spicier than a jalapeno, but not like habanero level. Okay, so now I'm going to start the tomatoes, if you guys can see. I have several tomatoes to start as well. So we're going to get started on that.
Tiny cup.
Tiny cups?
Yeah.
Don't lose them, okay? Can you leave them in the greenhouse? You didn't set any out there, did you?
No.
These cups are from Bootstrap Farmer, as are these trays and the dome lids and things. I immediately notice the quality difference whenever I open up the box between, like, you know, whenever you go to Lowe's or Home Depot and you get the little cells for your starter plants. Those are kind of flimsy and you can't really reuse them. These are really robust and I probably won't have to purchase more or replacements for several years. So it makes the cost well worth it for me. Dirty hands. And I'm just gonna pop these labels in really quick so I can get started. Alright, still going strong on the tomato planting. I am somewhere in the middle. I am about to plant these Thorburns terracotta. These are kind of like a dark orange, just like a terracotta pot. So I'm really excited to try these. I like the peppers with my tomatoes. I'm kind of growing a whole rainbow. We are trying to figure out what we like best. We eat a ton of salsa. I want to make homemade pizza sauce and homemade pasta sauce, if I can find a recipe for pasta that doesn't have wheat. And, you know, I want to do fire roasted tomatoes and things like that to put up so that I don't have to continuously buy them throughout the year. So we're trying to figure out what we like best for everything. And of course, fresh eating. These will probably be more on the fresh eating side, but we'll see. We'll certainly be doing taste tests on all of these as it comes time to harvest in the summer. It's really weird to think about the summer whenever it's January 2nd, but this is what happens whenever you're a gardener. You're just constantly looking forward to the future, the next season, the next garden. Remember, whenever you're planting your seeds, the planting depth will be on your packages most of the time. But if you don't have a package, like maybe it's in like a small clear Ziploc baggie or something, just remember it's just about twice the depth as the size of the seed. So if you look at the seed and it's like, you know, a tomato seed size, you probably only need to sow it 1/4 inch. So what I'm doing is I'm just taking my finger and just barely making a divot in all these cells and then dropping a seed and then burying it. I'm also growing a lot of cherry tomatoes. I really love cherry tomatoes on salad. I love roasting it to make sauces for like grilled chicken and things. They just have such a sweet, just magical kind of flavor that really is exaggerated whenever you cook them. So I'm growing quite a few cherry tomatoes, also in the hopes that my kids will start to like tomatoes other than in pizza and salsa. Let's see, this one is Dancing with Smurfs. You can see it's kind of a blue-purple. That's going along with me growing the whole rainbow. So we shall see. Most of my tomato garden this year is a big giant experiment. Hi Lily.
Hi.
What you doing?
Just looking at the video film.
Okay, don't push any buttons, okay?
Okay. I'm not.
You're just moving the camera around? Don't move it either.
No.
You see mommy okay?
Yeah. Just a minute. I need to move my chair closer. There we go. That way I could see you more. Identical. Now the film is running.
Lots and lots of tomatoes.
Lots and lots and lots. The camera, I repeat. The camera, I repeat. The camera, I repeat. I just wanted to say the camera, I repeat. The camera, I repeat. 100 times to annoy me and see. I don't know, but I annoy myself sometimes.
You annoy yourself sometimes?
Yeah. Sometimes.
It's okay. I annoy myself sometimes too, Lily.
That's okay if you do that, just like.
Some strawberries and these Schwarzenbeeren babies. They're berries, not babies. Bleh.
I do not say bleh.
I got a green stalk vertical
Very
planter for Christmas as well. Apparently I'm very spoiled. So I want to grow strawberries in there, so I'm going to do an experiment to see if strawberries grow better direct sowed in there, or starting them in here and then transplanting them in there. So that's what's going on with those. These other Schwarzenbeeren blackberries, I am just growing for fun. These were brought here by German immigrants, if you couldn't tell by the name. And I will try to make like a jam or maybe like a pie filling or something. We shall see. Lastly, I have some eggplants and some winter, colder winter slash spring weather crops that I'm going to plant as well. And like I said, I probably don't have enough cells left in here, but I do have some more 32 cell containers, so I can get another one going. Throw another heat mat down, it'll be fine. Okay, I have 4 completely full trays of seeds that are planted. Now I'm going to water them. I am watering with water that is a little bit on the warm side, just so I can try to warm up the soil. It's been sitting outside in my soil containers, so I really want to give these seeds the best chance possible to germinate. So it's not like hot, but it's slightly warmer than like room temp. There we go. Now I'm not trying to make it so soaking wet that, you know, water is just pouring out of it. I kind of want it to feel like a sponge after you squeeze the water out, where it's like damp but not really freaking wet. So that is probably going to be plenty of water. So I'm just going to set this down out here. And then the next thing that we do is we cover them all with the domes. And like I said, these from Bootstrap Farmer have these cool little vents. So I'm going to open it a little bit. I'm not going to go like too crazy. Like I said, these are adjustable. So if I find out, hey, it's holding in too much moisture, which you'll be able to tell because it'll start to get like mold, or hey, these are drying out way too fast, then you can adjust the vent opening. So pop those on, and then they'll go over here on the warming mats. I have 1 mat on each shelf. This is not like the 4-foot long shelves. These are only like 35 inches, so I can't get 2 trays per shelf. So I have 1 warming mat per shelf, and then I'll just transfer these over, 1 to each warming mat. And everything is plugged into this power strip here, this surge protector power strip, and it's up high so that I don't drip water on it. If I do need to water these before they sprout again, I will just remove them from over here so they don't damage any electrical components, and I'll water them over here because there's nothing over here that it's going to hurt to get water on. But that is pretty much it. Now that they're all planted and watered, it's just wait. Once they're sprouted really well and they have some leaves to them, I will take them off of the mats, and then I will put them under the heat lamps, and we will have to do a bit of adjusting to fit 2 trays per shelf here, but I think it'll work out okay. We shall see. These heat lamps that I got, these are Mars Hydro, and it says that they're 2 foot by 2 foot space, and these are not 2 foot long, and they're definitely not 2 foot wide, so these lamps should be able to get 2 trays here and here, and then we just kind of continue the cycle. I need to get some more herbs started in a couple of weeks. I was only able to do, or I decided to only do some of the cooler temperature hardy ones like parsley and dill and cilantro and thyme and Greek oregano today. I also planted some marigold seeds and some barrage seeds. My cooler weather crops, including some pink Chinese celery, I'm really excited about. Of course, all the peppers and tomatoes you guys saw, the eggplant, more cauliflower, Romanesco broccoli, and some Calibos cabbage. So those are going to be hopefully ready to harvest before it gets too hot. It'll start warming up pretty significantly probably in April or so, April, May. So I'm really excited about the 2021 garden. Thank you guys so much for watching today. I appreciate you so much for joining me, helping me learn, helping me experiment on all of this stuff, and I look forward to growing in 2021 with you. If this was your first time joining, you picked a heck of a video to join on. But if you did like this video, please feel free to subscribe to the channel, like the video, comment, all of that stuff. One of my goals for 2021 is to hit 100 subscribers, and I'm almost there. I have like 22 to go, and I'm so thankful for all of you who have joined me so far. So that's all I had for you today. Thank you again for watching and for joining. Let me know below what you guys are growing, if we're growing any of the same things. I'll kind of do like a camera pan through all of the labels so you can kind of see, since I fast forwarded through a lot of the planting, because I know that gets kind of tedious and boring. But let me know if we're growing any of the same things, or if there's something that I might be missing in my rainbow of peppers and tomatoes that you think I absolutely do need to grow. I am all about expanding my garden and growing all of the things. So I will see you guys next time. I gotta go wash my hands. Bye!